What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of the Vegepreneur show. We're interviewing Gusta foods. Welcome to the first episode of the Vegepreneur show. My name is Oz. I'm here with Sylvain, the founder of Gusta. So, Sylvain, can you tell us, for the two people who don't know who you are, can you tell us a bit more about what you're doing here at Gusta?
Yeah, cool. Hi. So basically, Gusta, it's a vegan factory that we make vegan sausages, vegan cheese. We sell them through whole Canada, mostly health food stores or supermarket like IGA, Metro, Provigo, and other big chains like that. And yeah, we are pretty much growing fast. So next year we'll probably head to the USA or eventually, yeah.
Cool. So can you take us back to the initial spark? Like, what got you started into Gusta? Because with a vegan market that's opening up, there's so many options. You could be doing fish, you could be doing meats like you guys are doing, you could be doing vegan sushi. What got you specifically started in like sausages and
yeah, I mean, we make sausage. We don't only make sausages, we make like those roasts. But I thought sausage, it's easy shape to make a affordable and tasty stuff. So, what was the spark? I came back from a huge trip, like 1 year bicycle trip in 2014, and the child of a good friend was allergic actually to beef and soy.
Okay.
And I was thinking, in Europe I used to eat some like seitan stuff that were super nice. So I was thinking, I should just cook something for her or for the kid. I'm vegan since 13 years, so I know I used to follow up closely all those kind of vegan food. I like kind of vegan comfort food and stuff. And I was thinking we don't have enough options here, or the options we have it's soy based or whatever. So I was thinking, like a soy-free vegan protein that is very tasty. Let's do some try actually. And I made a couple of tests and I was thinking, cool, that's pretty tasty. And I think we missed this kind of products in Canada back in 2014. And so then I thought, cool, man, I should maybe try to make something with this.
Right.
And yeah, so 1 year later, 2015, I started Gusta, like as we know it now. And 1 year later, 2016, we started basically to sell those products to Quebec and then Canada. Yeah.
Nice. When you started first off doing it for that kid, did you have the vision of starting a company, or was it really just to serve?
Let's say after 1 week, I thought that, I think it could work.
Okay.
So like very fast at the beginning.
But you started very big, little baby steps, testing the product.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. My first sausage was very ugly. It was a kind of seitan-based thing in a Ziploc taped with duct tape. It was pretty ugly because I wasn't aware how you can make a sausage. Like,
right, for sure.
How do I make a sausage? Like casing, whatever, stuffers. Yeah, so the first weeks were pretty funny, but quickly I was like making a bunch of R&D, like research and development. Pretty quickly I was able to make some eatable things, let's say.
Right.
And then
were you working like every day on it, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Full-time job. I mean, it was a job, like more like a passion at the beginning, of course. But yeah.
Do you have any steps for like research and development? Like, how would you go about it? Because when you're starting with a product in mind, it's hard to find like, okay, going backwards it's easy, but going forwards, how do you develop the product? Do you go like main textures first, then taste, or?
Both actually. First I was trying to make something I would like. I mean, I have source of taste, and I want to make something that is smoky and that has a nice texture. In Europe we have a bunch of those. I mean, not a bunch, but we have a couple of companies that make very nice seitan. And I was a little bit referring to them in terms of texture and taste. So of course the first couple of versions were pretty ugly and disgusting, and with the time, I should improve this, and then so working on some small things. So first, of course, you want to make something that is eatable in terms of texture and taste. And once you have something that is alright, then you can fine-tune a little thing, and then with time, with versions, you work up to something better. Yeah.
And when you know when it's the final product, right? Because there's always something you can do better, when you know it's
so of course it's never final. I mean, it's rare that you have a product that is the same for 15 years.
right. So when you know when to launch it.
Exactly. So when it was time first, because time is not endless. I mean, it's endless, but in terms of I want to start selling those shits. So at what time I had to say, okay, this version is good enough for a first version on the market. And of course, with the time, we were improving like a little, little by little, to fine tune the product in terms of production, in terms of taste, texture, everything. So it's never final. Now we have final products since a couple of months. They are exactly the same as for maybe 12 months. But before that, every 3 months we were just improving a little bit. Or actually, it's more like every 6 months, because then we have to change all the labels. So you cannot work out the versions all the time. But yeah.
Right. And I want to get into your growth, like how you took this from the product and then you started scaling into multiple distribution channels.
Yeah.
But can you take us back to where you were before Gusta? Because I guess a lot of people are intimidated by starting a business. They take this as a big venture, when you really took it step by step, first serving one person and then realizing that this could serve many people. So what were you doing before that?
Absolutely. Actually, my goal and my vision was to sell a product that is not too expensive and that is tasty and that could be found everywhere. So basically a large distribution. So meaning a large factory that can, large productions can kind of. So since the beginning, since the day one, I had a nice small factory with big machines. So of course the first 2 years it was overkill. It was very expensive to run, and we were losing money every month because it was a bunch of money to invest. But that was my goal, to be able to produce at one time massive production kind of.
Right.
So that's our model. That is kind of risky, but I think that no risk, no fun. So that was that's my kind of mind spirit. But other people would start by making co-packing first, so the food would be produced by other companies, and at one time, at a certain time when you have enough clients, customers and whatever volume, you can build your own facility. But I was more, no, let's go from the beginning, let's produce our product, so it's a different kind of model, but
for sure.
So yeah.
What do you feel was the biggest challenge you started facing when you started to launch?
Oh my God, the biggest challenge for sure for a business, I think every kind of business, is the cash flow. That's for sure for the 2 first years, my God, it's a nightmare because especially in the food industry, it's hard to get some financial products like margin or whatever,
Can I ask what your margins are right now, or like about?
It's pretty like the average, like every kind of food,
3.5.
like 30% more or less for like how do you say marge brut?
Margin, net margin.
Yeah, because that's like on the product, but then you have to pay all the fixed costs, like whatever the sales. So you have to pay Hydro-Quebec or your loans and whatever, like machines. So that's that plus that. So the final margin is pretty small, especially for us, where I wanted to have something that is very affordable. So that means since the beginning I had to have very small margin to be able to offer those kind of products. Because you can see that we are way cheaper than Tofurky is like pretty much the same price, but the quality is lower. We are cheaper than field roast, of course it's US, but still, because they are taking bigger margin. That's right for sure. So smaller margin, but that's a choice. We make less money, but our product is viable by a larger part of the population. That's our mission, to basically to substitute all meat by our products or by other vegan products, because we believe in veganism and we want to save animals and save the planet. So that's the main mission,
So if you could break it down for someone, let's say who's 18, 20, who wants to start a business, similar model to what you are doing in the food industry, if you could break it down into very simple steps: amount of money to start, what are the first steps they should start doing to get visibility, to start growing? What do you
So for the
recommend?
money, it's of course a matter of your business model. You can start with $5 and just, or we can start with 2 million and have a very nice facility.
But let's say ideal to be, they say it takes 2K to start a business.
That's for sure minimum, and that's without the facility. Because with 2Ks you have one machine, that's it. So, but let's say first you have to have a nice product that is that you can produce and that is very tasty. So it means that you can sell basically. And that is affordable also. If it's too expensive, you'll have few customers. So first the product, second the branding, so all the design. And
any keys for branding? And do you have any keys for branding?
Oh, if you're not good in design, you have to find a good designer.
Right. How did Gusta come up?
I have a very good designer, a very good brander, kind of. So she actually designed the brand and all the branding, the ADN of the DNA,
right?
DNA of the brand, basically. So, and that's a key business. I mean, a key in every business. You have to be the best in every field, like marketing, sales, whatever operation. But one person cannot be all those things. So it means that you have to find all the best. Because I hate sales, and I'm alright with marketing, but without more. So I had since the beginning I had to find a seller, kind of,
Right. And who was that for you? How did you find that person?
Oh, it was my ex, my girlfriend was working with me the first year actually, and then when she left for a huge trip, I found a Fred actually, my big buddy Fred, which is there, the big bald guy. He's great, yeah, and so that's it.
And how did you find the self-awareness, knowing that selling was not for you? Did you have a ritual, or was it? What do you think was the key to your self-awareness there?
Oh my God, that's of course. I mean, when you want to start a business, you have to have this entrepreneur fiber, now, and I think that means that you are aware of yourself, what you like, what you don't like, and I mean, in life, basically, more you know yourself, better you will do. So I think that travels actually are a good stuff.
Traveling.
Yeah, by traveling you can explore yourself, explore the world, know yourself better, know the world better. But after that you can figure out better what you like and what you don't, and quickly I figure. And then it's a matter of wisdom. You have to be open-minded and listen to everything. Not listen to everybody, because if you are listening to everybody, you are losing your vision and your mission, but especially the vision. Anyway, so it's a matter of to listen to yourself first.
For sure. And do you have any key routine that you do on a daily basis to make sure you're on top of your game, that you're being a cause and not an effect?
The key routine. Let's say first, the first tool to be able to manage everything is to have a plan. That's also a key thing. Build a plan.
Any key distinction within a plan? Like, how would you break it down? How would you reverse engineer that plan?
Like a business model, basically. You have to write down everything you think about your business, everything. The vision, the mission, where you want to go, what's your product, everything from scratch on a paper. And I think a good plan is if you can then execute it at least 80 or 90%, just following the plan. And of course there will always be a 15, 20 or 10% ideally of on-field adaptations, but ideally you have to think a bunch before everything, like all situations, plan everything in advance, and then just execute the plan. So then it means that you can execute the plan way more efficiently because you thought about everything, most of things. But then to follow up, you have some tools. You have to have some management tools where you can follow up with your KPI. Yeah, that's it.
KPI, keep it moving. Yeah. And I like to go back to team building just for an instant.
Yeah.
So let's say you have 3 people to start a business. What would these 3 people be doing? Because a lot of people, they try to jump in by themselves, they try to do everything like you mentioned. But let's say you had to build a minimal, very lean team. What would be the hats that you would have?
For sure, you have to be I mean, you have to have a god in operations, like production, operation.
Research development,
or ideal, yeah, of course. Like everything that belongs to the product itself, from R&D to production. You could have one guy for production, one guy for R&D, one guy for whatever the lines and shit. But ideally, like one guy for this. So like all the kind of engineering thing.
Right.
One guy that is a completely different model, a completely different world, is like marketing, sales, this kind of shit, customers, that's for sure a different world. And a third world, maybe like administration, like business, like the kind of
like the legal, the financial.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah. That's also a very different hat. So for sure, like those three hats, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the marketing side is also the branding, but ideally, if you're not good enough, you find the best consultant, the best designer, whatever, to be able to build the best thing you can possibly create.
Right. Love it. Just to round it off, where do you see Gusta going, and how can people connect with you?
Where we are going, bro, in 3 weeks, no, in 3 years, I think we're gonna be pretty much everywhere in Canada.
Okay.
Starting heavily attacking the States, maybe Europe. We'll have a bunch of new products, burgers, maybe some prepared dishes, maybe some shredded cheese, a bunch of stuff, bro. But next year it's gonna move up a bunch. We'll have a new plant.
Nice.
With new lines.
Nice. You started in Jean Talon, right?
No, because Jean Talon is a very expensive place to make industrial products.
That was not your first place?
Yeah, now we're at the Jean Talon market, but it's getting tight, let's say.
Right.
So now, still on the island of Montreal, because we want to keep, that's a very, we haven't spoken enough about the staff, but I mean, in business, you can make business just to make money, but it's usually a bit boring on the long term, and you are not making the place, the world a better place. At Gusta, we are really focusing on the happiness of the staff and the whole thing, animal staff, humans. So, for example, for the new plant, we are working on a close-by location. Even if it's a bit more expensive, it's better for the staff because they can get there by bus or by foot, maybe not by foot, but by bike. So basically, just because the staff it's also the core of the business, and if you're just making a product to get money, to make a bunch of money,
right, they feel it.
Exactly. So so you're talking a bit about team building, but it's not only the heads of the company; it's the whole staff. You have to. I mean, ideally, if you have a vision where you're working for a better world, it means also to make the staff happy, with nice conditions, nice salary, and especially a nice feeling that they actually. I mean, they create the Gusta also. It's not just the heads, whatever. So,
do you have any routine that you do internally? Do you have a mission statement? When they come in, do you have an internal meeting to make sure everyone's on point?
We are working on this actually. So because things were pretty crazy since 2 years, so we didn't finish the initial plan with the staff guide and whatever. But we are working on this, and that's absolutely very important. Yeah, the mission needs to be known by everybody and shared by everybody. We have to have staff meetings, staff party all the time. Nice, not all the time, but frequently, to be able to really enjoy the job and to create a very nice atmosphere and a nice hub.
What do you look into people to hire? What do you look for people in people when you want to hire them?
Of course,
there's things you can train, and there's things that come naturally.
Most of people, we train them because you can hire a very nice guy that operates machines. But first, we are looking for motivation and dedication. They need to love the mission and the products. They need to be efficient, of course. A nice worker is somebody that is efficient, that can learn fast, and that has a motivation. Because if you have no motivations, you will be good for a couple of weeks, but then it will crash. Passion basically. But of course, skills. We have to have skilled staff that is efficient, of course, but cool. Especially stuff that is cool, because cool. That's large, but
right, it's a vibe you feel. Sometimes it's intuitive. Right?
Pretty much all our stuff since 1 year is great. It's almost like a family, so that's fun.
Right.
And that's important for us. To build this and to cultivate this kind of atmosphere.
Sylvain, fucking appreciate it. Where's the
bro.
best place people can connect with you?
Oh, you can come up, see our restaurant at Jean Talon Market. We have all our burgers and everything there. We are there with Fred, and all the stuff is there basically. Otherwise, you can buy our products pretty much everywhere in Canada, especially in the IGA, Metro, every good health store.
Instagram?
Instagram, yeah, we are on Instagram and Facebook, yeah, we are pretty active on Facebook and Instagram. Gusta Foods, one word, yeah.
Thanks guys for listening to the first episode of the Vegepreneur show. See you soon.